Hello everyone, welcome back to Jent Watches. Today I'm going to be watching some more One Piece. This is going to be, in today's episode, it's going to be 13 and 14. Episodes 13 and 14. Right now, at this current time, I am very slightly sick. My throat is hurting a little bit. I got COVID tested. I don't have COVID, so it's fine, but I'm very slightly sick. So if I have any issues with speaking, or if I talk quieter at bits, or if I don't have as much energy overall, that is the explanation. But generally I feel fine, so I should be good enough to make this video. Yes, we're going to be going into episode 13 and 14. I am excited for this episode because, or these episodes rather, because, I mean, well, first of all, I should address that, I was talking about how, like, you know, this arc that we're doing right now is my favorite part of One Piece so far, and a lot of people were saying that this is actually generally considered the worst part, the worst arc in One Piece, which, like, that seems huge, because One Piece is a long show, or at least one of the worst arcs, or at least maybe, like, the worst early arc, I don't know, but, you know, hey, that's a good sign, because if I'm enjoying it this early on, and this is considered the bad stuff, then when the good stuff comes around, I'm going to enjoy it even more. I can see why, if people would have, like, people could have issues. I mean, I haven't looked at any of the criticism of this arc, if you could call it criticism, but I can see if people were saying that, like, this arc is just the boy who cried wolf, and it's somewhat predictable and blah blah blah, whatever. I can see those being somewhat valid criticisms. I mean, it's a very simple story, but this is so early in the series, and I think my expectations of the early episodes of this show have been actually quite low. So the fact that my expectations were low made it so that when I actually enjoy bits of it, I enjoy it that much more, you know? And it's like, I know I've had this show hyped up for me a lot by people in my comments and talking about how great One Piece is. But at the same time, I still have the inherent bias in my head of, like, I don't enjoy a lot of anime from like the 90s generally, like nearly as much as I do modern anime. So whatever enjoyment I'm getting out of this is like bonus, beautiful, amazing. So yeah, anyway, we're going to get into episodes 13 and 14. I want to thank my patrons who have been supporting me on Patreon. In fact, I'll just get them up on the screen here, there. I was gonna use the other hand. These are the patrons at the time of recording this video. I want to thank each and every one of them for their support. It has been amazing to have you guys helping me out, and it makes it very much easier to do these videos, and I hope you've enjoyed the content that you've gotten, full length, early access, and exclusive videos on that Patreon. If you want to become a part of my Patreon, then the link is in the description below. You can get access to episodes 15 and 16 of One Piece on there right now, full length, so go check it out. Anyway, let's get into this episode. This is episode 13 of One Piece. Ba-da-da-do-da, do-do-do-do-do. Oh, no, don't look, don't look. Yeah, that one was on you, Mami. Nami. Okay, well, the crew's not working together great yet. You guys will grow strong? What? Can he do that? Is Luffy watching as well? Okay, are they actually stronger, or did they just feel stronger? Whoa! I assume it just filled them with adrenaline. Oh my god. Is it implication that Luffy also got hypnotized? He did. He can't help but watch that thing. Well, I think he can handle it on his own now. Gum Gum Gatling. Ooh! Very nice. He's growling. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, what's he doing? Huh? Whoa! Oh, is he gonna use this as a weapon? Whoa! You care? Oh my god. Okay, Django. What can you do? Oh, that might work on him. Yep, it worked. It's not hard. It's not difficult to get Luffy. Damn, is it that hard to pull it out? Oh, or do they fix that little hole? Aww. Aww, those aren't good nightmares to have. Man, and there's no one there to just like take care of her properly now, because there was Sheep Boy, but now Sheep Boy is dead, right? I can't quite remember. I think he died. Yep. There's Sheep Boy. Mary. I would write it down, but you're dead now. Oh, not quite. Come on, say that it was Klahadore. Yes. Good, good, she knows. Yeah, why would he lie on his deathbed? I mean, what can Kaya even do? She's sick. She's weak. She has no one. I don't know if she can even do anything. Ah, the guilt she must be feeling. Oh, he's okay. There's at least Mary is protecting her in a way. Talk things over. How are you gonna talk things over with him? I think you might have to stab him in the heart with an iron skewer. Is Kaya coming out? Oh, she barely leaves the house, right? Meow Band Brothers. Sham and Butcher? Okay. They came with a lot of flair that they've already done away with. Is he gonna have to hypnotize them to go in? Okay. Just cut him in half. Whoa! Okay, alright. This guy is trouble. Cat burglar. Okay, you can like disarm you. Duh. Don't you dare. Oh! Oh my god! That's gotta be fake, right? Oh! Bend like a cat. Okay. Catastrophe. Very nice. Okay, well this is 2v1, so we're gonna need some help. One sword style. I love it. That's just how regular people use swords, Zoro. Damn! I don't know which one to shoot. Ow! Oh my god! Zoro is taking some of the hardest hits of the series so far. Oh, because it's his fight? Is that why? What? Huh? He would have come after you? Yeah. Wow. He protected you because he knows he's the only one who can handle it right now. You gotta get him his sword. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she's sneaky. Let her do it. Oh my god. Nami versus Django? Oh! Ow! Oh. He's here. In his house slippers. Okay, I think... Oh, we're gonna get him tearing people apart, I guess. Alright, we had some... I think it's funny that so far... I mean, I haven't seen much of this show. But so far, there's just this, like... This feeling of... they introduced, like, the boss or whatever. And when the boss is in sight, like... Later in the episodes, they're going to reveal characters that seemingly weren't there before, that just come out of nowhere to fight. Like in the Buggy arc, there was like the Beast Tamer, and then the other guy, the Cyclist guy, like sort of came out of nowhere. Like we didn't know about them. They didn't build them up until they came onto the episode, when suddenly it's like, well, here's someone else. Ta-da! And the same thing happened here, where it's like, okay, well, there's all these men and there's Django, and that's it, right? All the men and Django, and it's like generic, Django. But it turns out it's generic, Django, and then behind Django, hiding in the ship, is these two, what are they called? The Meowban brothers. So I like that they just come out of nowhere, and I mean, hey, I don't really mind too much. It's just odd, you know. It's just an odd thing to happen. So Butcher and Sham, I think that's how you pronounce it. S-I-A-M, Sham. I think that's how they were saying it. Well, they were saying Shamu, which is basically Sham or Shiam. Doesn't really matter. Who cares? Anyway, there's those two, and they seem very odd. I mean, I guess the whole strategy was to have people underestimate them, and so when Django calls on them, I guess it's part of their routine to just be like, oh, I don't want to go there, you know, I'm scared, I'm afraid, please don't send me in there, and have Django act like the tough boss guy. Go, you must go. I'll kill you if you don't go. And then they go in screaming, and then they get the first hit and kill the person normally. Zoro's got insane reflexes and skills, so Zoro stopped himself from dying. But I think any normal person would have just been slashed by his claws and died instantly. So yeah, I can see it being an effective strategy, you know, and it's supposed to just be a strategy that that you do once and then the person's dead, and so it doesn't matter that they know the strategy now because they're dead. And I like Mary now. I did actually end up writing down his name. I made the joke that I'm not going to write down Mary's name because he's dead, but then he didn't die like fully. He took a while to die, and also he was worthy of his name being written down. He was protecting her, giving her, like, he was the one who cleared Usopp's name, which is good, and And I'm glad that Kaya knows now, because we're hopefully gonna get. I mean, first of all, I'm just glad that Kaya knows in general. I had said before that I was worried, worried or wondering if the show was gonna go in a direction where Usopp would just like be okay with taking the blame for any of the mistakes that happened, just to keep this perfect idea of Klahadore in her mind. But that's gone now, because she went out to her thing and her butler was dead on the ground, and Mary was like, yo, Klahadore killed me. So that whole perfect idea is gone. And it's funny how Luffy is the main character of the show, and he's clearly very powerful, but he's so stupid that like everyone is just beating him right now out of pure like letting him fall for the easiest tricks possible. So, I mean, obviously throughout the show, I'm expecting Luffy to get stronger, as a fighter, but I'm also like hoping that we're gonna see some progression of his intelligence, you know. And I'm okay if he stays sort of hot-headed, and if he stays a little simple-minded, and if he still like falls for the occasional verbal spar. But when it comes down to in a battle, when it's important, and the one thing to do to not fall asleep during the battle is to not look at the disc falling back and forth. Like, if there's an easy enough weakness like that, hopefully he's going to grow to the point where he doesn't fall for something like that, you know? But oh well, I'm fine. I'm absolutely 100% fine with him being like that now, because like, who cares? And I mean, I can imagine that if he doesn't ever change, it's like, well, that's who Luffy is, and that's his main weakness and stuff. So makes sense. But he also has the weakness of that he can't swim. And I mean, being dumb is a weakness in itself, on top of being gullible. So I mean, he's got his fair share of weaknesses already. He can stand to lose a couple. Anyway, that was episode 13. So without further ado, let's just get into episode 14 of One Piece. Here we go. That cat burglar joke, that works in Japanese as well. They also call them a cat burglar. Oh, don't look at that. I will not look at that. I'm just going to carefully read my notes, you know? Everyone's afraid now. Everyone's gangster until Klahadore arrives. Wow, even the Neko boys, what are they called? Meowban brothers? Are afraid. Yeah, it's kind of your fault, bro. They could have killed Usopp there and then. Oh. Oh, some real infighting going on here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow. They're using the Meowban brothers to show how powerful Kuro is? Is that what they're doing? What are you doing? Huh? What? What's with the sound effect? Whoa! Oh my god, he's Wolverine. These sound effects. The pussyfoot maneuver. I don't love the phrase pussyfoot, but I think you'd understand why. Oh my god. It's not just silent though, he bloody goes invisible. They're all looking at him. Oh, that's why he pushes his glasses up like that. That is backstory I did not know I needed. Ugh. Man, Kuro actually seems very, very powerful. And it seems like it would be extremely difficult to take him down. I don't trust anyone to take him down, except maybe Luffy, but even not Luffy. Okay, here we go. They're reusing this animation. Oh! Nami! Yes! Yes, girl! Yes! Beyblade time, baby! Cut up this reused animation. Whoa!
刀3本使うことと三刀流とじゃ意味が違うってことさ。
I'm surprised Django's not attacking Nami right now.
5分待たなくてもお前らは一人俺が潰してやる。
Oh, I don't think you can, Zoro, but I love you for it.
あと3分だ。
3 minutes left. Ah, make me stronger. Oh, but just the one. Just Butcher. Oh no, he dropped one. That's why you don't have it in your mouth. If you're ever shocked by something. Man, I guess there's not much Nami could do. Django's probably stronger than her. I just wanted to snatch that out of his hand, you know? Okay, yes. At least Nami is making herself useful. Oh, don't chop off her beautiful head. Oh! Ah! Wow, Luffy's so lucky. Oh! Is Luffy gonna get up in time to save her? Oh, we're getting to see this again. Whoa! Ooh! Did he catch it with his teeth? Ow. Hey guys, play dead. Oh. Aww. Only 1 minute left? Damn. This is going in like real time rather than anime time. Almost. I think it's a little slower than real time. Everyone. Is he just gonna clean up that entire... Wow, look at this shot. I mean, it's a pretty simple shot since they're just like flat 2D images that they were panning past, but still pretty cool. Oh my gosh. Kaya, sweetie. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Okay. She didn't get slashed. I know Usopp doesn't die. I don't know what happens to Kaya. I know Usopp becomes part of the crew. Oh, yes! Yes, Kaya. Oh. Yeah, now that she's here, they can just kill her. Yeah. No, 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 he can't. No, he can't. Uh-huh. Oh, God. Uh-huh. You want the love of everyone, but you also want to be evil? Fuck you. You don't deserve it. She got a gun in her jacket? She does. She's got a gun in her jacket. I love that she's so terrified and still fighting. That's real bravery. Don't bring sentimentality into this, you stupid butt face. Oh my god, shoot him. We need to. No. Oh my god. This is probably very hard for Kaya. But this is why he's such an intelligent pirate. He knows how to manipulate people. Oh my god, I want this guy to be taken down. Oh! Yeah, there's no way he doesn't dodge that, right? Oh. No. Whoa! Gamu Gamu pistol! Oh my god. That was quite the punch. Oh! Flattened him. Ah, good ending to the episode. I'm glad I got a bit of a satisfaction there. I'm glad we got a satisfying end there. I'm really glad that because I have been like, this episode is great. It's like in every group of 2 episodes, the second episode is so good and it just always keeps me wanting more. Like the first episode is always like decent and a good setup, and then the second episode gives me something that I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for the next episodes. And so it's been great. It's been really good. But they've also just been satisfying chunks of episodes. So yeah, I'm glad that we just, at least they didn't save that, you know, like if they had a cliffhanger of Klahadore with his swords around Usopp, then I would have been like a little bit unsatisfied, because it's like I want to, because I would want to see what happens so much that I would just be very frustrated, I think. But now it's like I want to see what happens, but I'm satisfied until I can see what happens. So for the next few days while I'm like between doing these recording sessions and stuff, like I am at least not going to be like incredibly frustrated. So that's exciting. But yeah, I enjoyed that episode. There's a few things I want to talk about. First of all, KURO, Captain KURO, Klahadore, that dude sucks, bro. Like that's a bad guy. I mean, he's clearly very intelligent and stuff. It is the height of arrogance and just bad intentions to be like, okay, I came in here wanting the money, but over these years, I started becoming trusted within the community and the support system that there is with these people. It's so beautiful and it is enriching to my life to have people around me that trust me so much and that I can trust wholeheartedly. There's the warmth of the community around me is greater than any treasure I could have asked for, and that really gives me a peace in my life that I didn't know that I wanted until now. But I also still want the money as well, so I want to take the money and kill everyone here and still have everyone trust me. Like, it's like he could have gone through a redemption arc in these 3 years and he totally missed the point. he absolutely, like, he found something more amazing than treasure on this island, and yet he still is like, but I really want a lot of money, you know? And it's so frustrating. It's so that's why I love character development, and I'm a big believer in, like, not only characters changing, but human beings changing. Us, me and you, changing as people. I think every day we should aspire to be a better person than we were. And I try to think about my flaws, my weaknesses, and I try to improve them little by little. I don't need to make dramatic changes generally, but I feel like, you know, little bits and pieces I should continue to improve. And I try to look back on moments that I'm embarrassed about, and that, like, you know those moments that keep you up at night. You're like, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why am I like this? Like, those moments, I have those moments too, but I try to make those instead. Like, when I'm thinking about that, I'm like, okay, how should I have handled it? Why was I feeling that way? How can I adjust? Like, if it was sparked by, like, jealousy, okay, how do I handle my jealousy if that comes up again, you know? How do I handle my anger if that comes up again, or my sadness? And, you know, little by little, I see myself improving, just tiny little bits that you don't notice until you look back, you know, 3 or 4 years, and you look at your old, you know, messages to people, or like Facebook posts or whatever, and you start to notice, like, oh, I don't like the way I was then, which means I've changed. So that's a good thing. So all of that to say, seeing someone like this who can see, like, that what he's doing is wrong, and he can see, like, this better path in life, and he actually appreciates this other path and still wants to go back to his evil ways, that dude deserves to be punched. A lot of times. I want Luffy to deliver every single one of those punches until his face is completely, like, bloodied. Until his entire body is bloodied, actually. In fact, you know what? Luffy's good at punching people in the groin. He can just do dick punches for like 10 years on this guy, and then ask him if he now wants to give up being evil. If he doesn't, sorry, 100 more years of dick punches. I think it is really funny and really brilliant that they gave us a reason for, like, the anime, like, he has the glass like that and he pushes it up like that. Like, the entire, like, I was like, okay, that's a character trait. Like, that's clearly just a weird, they want to make this character memorable in some way, so they give him, like, this trait. And it's like, okay, yeah, he's constantly doing it, and so it just, like, it just sticks in your mind. But then they reveal that he actually wears these giant claws, and so if he pushed up his glasses normally, he would poke himself in the eye. So he has to do that because he's used to having these claws on. And I think that's brilliant. I think that would also be even more brilliant if you had introduced Captain KURO as a character early in the series, and he fought with the claws or whatever, and whatever, he was really, really powerful and got taken down or disappeared or something. Then you go forward 100 episodes, and you come across this guy named Klahadore, who is a butler, and he doesn't look the same, but he's constantly pushing his glasses up like that. Then, if there was the reveal of, oh, he's actually Captain KURO, and he's got the big claws, you know, that would be an awesome reveal, because people would be like, oh, that's why he's pushing his glasses up like that, because it's KURO from 100 episodes before. Like, that would be a really cool moment. But, you know, this is early in the show. They don't have time to set that stuff up. I also, this is I think the last thing that I'll talk about, so I will put the book away. I also like that the show is so far finding good ways to make Nami useful. I like that Nami is a non-combatant, like not non-combatant, but that she is like clearly not as strong as especially Zoro and Luffy. Like Zoro and Luffy are very, very powerful, and that's awesome. And I think it's really cool that like Nami isn't really that strong. She's like, she could handle herself mostly with her big old stick, but generally she's not that strong. And so like when it comes to big battles like this, it's like you gotta give her something to do so she's not just a cheerleader, because in a lot of these sorts of shows the female character is often designated to the cheerleader role. And like growing up, it was like, for me, a straight white man, like I'm just watching that and I'm like, oh, I love that girl. Look how she's cheering him on, and it's like, yeah, she's doing her best job cheering. But if you're a woman and watching that growing up, it's like, it's as a role model, you're like, well, why isn't she doing anything? Like that's the only person who has any sort of representation of me in this show right now, and she's doing nothing. But at least in this show, it's like, okay, right now, at this point in time in the show, Nami is the designated female character. And so, but if you just make her as strong as Luffy and Zoro, while also being good at sneaking and being a navigator and being smart, then it's like, well, she can do all this stuff, and it sort of takes away from Luffy and Zoro, who you've built up to be these incredible soldiers, battlers. They're really good at fighting. So instead, it's like, no, Nami's weaker. She's not as good in these battles, but she's smart, and she knows, she's like sort of emotionally intelligent enough to know what the other two need. And so she'll go and do what they need. She assesses the battle, and she goes, Zoro is holding his own, but he would be winning if he had his swords. So she goes and gets his swords and kicks them to him when Django's distracted. Then she goes, this battle, we're about to lose it. We need Luffy. And she goes over and she steps on Luffy's face. I'm super jealous, by the way, but she steps on Luffy's face, wakes him up. Great. He's up and at him, and then, she can be knocked out, and it's like no harm, no foul then. And so I like that. I think, I think it's something we need to like applaud in some way, of like sticking to your guns of making this a character that isn't necessarily an amazing combatant, at least compared to her peers, but still feeling like she has a place in the episode. It's tough. Like, she did more than Usopp did in this episode, so yeah. And then you have Kaya showing up and giving her emotional speech and then almost shooting Klahadore in the face. That's great. I love it. That was good. Those were good episodes. I really had a good time. And if you had a good time, please make sure to let me know by commenting that you had a good time, liking or subscribing, or doing all of them. In fact, that would be preferable if you could do all of them. And if you want to join my Patreon, like these beautiful people right here. Oh, wait. Right here. These beautiful people right here. You want to become a Patreon, become on this list, then please go to my Patreon account in the description below. Get full-length early access. You can get the next 2 episodes right now. And exclusive Patreon videos. And there will probably be polls and stuff in the future on there as well. So please make sure to go do that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.